All right, let's dive into one of the biggest forces absolutely reshaping the business world right now. ESG. You've probably heard that term a lot: environmental, social, and governance. Well, it's not on the sidelines anymore. It is front and center in corporate strategy. And today, we're going to look at how artificial intelligence is becoming the secret weapon in this whole revolution.
So, you might be asking yourself, why is every single boardroom suddenly obsessed with ESG? I mean, what used to be a nice to have, right? Maybe a little paragraph in the annual report, is now a core issue that keeps the C-suite up at night. The game has totally changed, and believe me, the stakes have never been higher.
And this massive shift, it really marks a new business reality. It's something experts are calling strategic ESG. And let's be super clear, this isn't about philanthropy or just feeling good. This is about pure survival and gaining a serious competitive edge. Okay, let's unpack what strategic ESG actually means. It's all about weaving these environmental, social, and governance factors deep into the very DNA of a company's strategy. The goal here isn't just to look good for the press release. No, it's about building real, actual trust with everyone involved, creating a company that can weather any storm, that's resilience, and at the end of the day, locking in a competitive advantage for the long haul.
This whole strategic approach really rests on 4 key pillars. It all starts with having an ethical orientation and being culturally sensitive. Because, this is about so much more than just crunching numbers on emissions. It's about building a solid foundation of responsible leadership that genuinely earns trust and makes sure the business is built to last.
But here's the thing, this change isn't just coming from a desire to do better from within. Nope, companies are feeling this incredible external pressure, what you could call a great ESG squeeze. It's coming at them from all sides, and it's forcing them to get their act together, fast. And this pressure, it's like a battle on 3 fronts. First, you've got demanding regulators, and it's not just a European thing anymore. Countries like China and India are jumping in with their own new disclosure rules. Second, you have investors who are absolutely ravenous for data. And third, the risk of greenwashing, making bogus sustainability claims, has become a total legal and PR nightmare waiting to happen. Let's just double-click on those investors for a second. Get this. Over 80% of asset managers are now plugging sustainability data directly into their investment models. Just think about what that means. If your ESG data is shaky, you literally risk being cut off from gigantic pools of capital. It's not optional anymore, it's a financial must-do.
And the danger of getting this wrong? Oh, it is very, very real. The threat of being called out for greenwashing isn't just some abstract idea. I mean, huge companies like Total Energies are actually in court right now defending their climate promises. A slip-up here doesn't just ding your brand, it can drag you into a massive, expensive legal war.
So, you've got regulators breathing down your neck for reports, and investors picking apart every single data point. This creates a huge new problem. How on earth can companies prove that the information they're sharing is actually legit and trustworthy?
This brings us to a really critical change in standards. The move from what was called limited assurance, which is basically a quick check, to reasonable assurance. Think about it like this. It's like going from a blurry, hand-drawn map to a super sharp, satellite-guided one. New rules like Europe's big CSR deregulation are now demanding this intense audit-level proof. There is simply zero room for guesswork anymore.
Now, trying to meet this super high standard the old-fashioned, manual way, it would be an absolute nightmare. Slow, crazy expensive, and just begging for human error. But this is exactly where technology comes to the rescue. To solve this massive data puzzle, companies are turning to an incredibly powerful tool: artificial intelligence.
AI is completely changing the game for the whole ESG process. First, it can validate unbelievable amounts of data in a blink of an eye. Second, it's brilliant at spotting weird patterns and errors that a human being would almost certainly miss. And third, it automates entire workflows, turning what used to be painful, manual chores into a smooth, efficient process. And let's be real, this is huge business. The market for AI sustainability tools is estimated to be a mind-boggling $182 billion in 2024. Just 1 year. That number tells you everything you need to know about how essential this tech has become for the future of business. And this isn't some science fiction, far-off future stuff. It is happening as we speak. On the performance side, a company like Trane Technologies is using AI to make their heating and cooling systems way more efficient. For reporting, well, more than half of companies are already using AI tools to help get it done. And for compliance, services like Librio are using AI to translate crazy complex laws into simple, actionable steps for giants like Unilever. But all this amazing, powerful technology, at the end of the day, is just a tool. It doesn't mean we don't need strong human leadership. Actually, it does the opposite. It raises the bar for what we should expect from our leaders.
So what we have is a totally new mandate for leadership. You've got to combine a solid ethical compass with a real deep cultural sensitivity. The AI can crunch the numbers for sure, but only a globally responsible leader can navigate all the human complexities, build that lasting trust, and actually steer the ship in the right direction.
Which really leaves us with one final and I think pretty provocative question. In a world with artificial intelligence that can check data, spot mistakes, and track rules in real time, can any leader honestly stand up and say we didn't know when things go south? The age of AI might just be the end of plausible deniability for good.